life is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Well, in a world where challenges are plentiful, it's easy for us to feel discouraged. Yet with enough guidance and support, most people can achieve more in life than they ever dreamed possible. Well, beyond your fears is everything you ever dreamed of. Well, the DrSTem show will give the voiceless a voice and the hopeless hope. And now, here she is, DrSTem.
Hello, real quick, before we get into the show, I wanted to invite you to a free 7-day manifesting challenge. Here's the thing. I believe that we all are capable and able to achieve our dreams and desires at any time, but we have to know how to be receptive, how to manifest and receive that which we are asking for. So for 7 days, I'll be sending you an audio or video for you to watch and then do the things that I say in that video. And then after 7 days, I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear what comes up for you, what you'll be able to achieve. So visit our website, www.drstemi.com and www.drstemspeaks.com. Now, let's get into the show. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I started off this show by saying to Miss Sweta, I'm like, you're my problem child. So I'm so excited because she is gracing us from India. And she's one of our 3rd annual Bounce Back Empowerment Conference. So I've been trying to get all of them. And she's the last one that I'm now interviewing from the group of 8 wonderful, phenomenal speakers that we have. So welcome to the show, Miss Sweta Samota.
Thank you very much, DrSTem, for working around my time and giving me this opportunity. It means a lot. So thank you once again, and I look forward to our conversation, our talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as I said, she is in India right now. Let me tell you a little bit about, her bio, but I'm so excited, for her to tell us, as we are talking. The topic that she's going to be talking about on December 17th at the Bounce Back, it's turn your mess into message. I will leave all of you to come and listen to that, because as soon as I saw that, I said, "Ooh, I wonder what mess she's going to be talking about." So I'm excited.
We all have got that mess, below the layers.
We all have mess, but to be able to know how to turn that mess into a message, I think that's powerful. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's India's leading book coach, best-selling author, and change maker. And I know with all of you that will be watching this, right, there's a book in you. If you haven't written your book yet, there's a book in you. And how wonderful it is to know who to go to help with that book publishing and book writing. Sweta Samota, software engineer turned Amazon bestseller author, story expert, motivational speaker, marathoner. You run?
Yes, I run.
Oh my goodness, we're going to hear about that. She's an Indian author who writes romance, mystery, thrillers, and nonfiction books with equal ease, and takes book editing, book writing, publishing, and marketing workshops to help individuals become publishers, authors. She is known as India's leading book coach, best-selling author, and change maker. We get to know who this book best coach, author, speaker, and award winner of the Women Entrepreneur of the Year 2021. I am so excited. I wish I had you when I started writing my 40 books, because then I started off at a whim with no coach, nothing. I just wanted to pour my heart. So for everybody that's going to be writing a book, for you to have someone that can guide you, I think that's really, really awesome. So tell us a little bit about how did this come up where you wanted to help others, especially with the book writing, that you're doing now. How did that journey start?
So it started very long back. So only when I connect the dots, I can tell now that I wanted always to be an author. But I come from a very traditional Orthodox family, like where females are not even allowed to make friends, forget about, doing anything else, no education. I come from that kind of background, and I'm a 1980s kid. So I come from that family. And for me, that time, I only saw education as my door to freedom, because I've seen all the females of the house would just do housework, and they didn't have the privilege of higher education and going for a job, having an independent life. Freedom for me was just education. So that's how my journey started. And my parents supported. I'm very thankful to them that they supported me. And during that entire journey, one thing was common. Like, I had my education done. I am a computer engineer. Then I had good job, and then a startup too, and a lot of ups and downs in life. But one thing was common across is books. So even if I come from an Orthodox family, they were all book readers, and I was introduced to books at the age of 3. So very early in my life, I was introduced to books, all thanks to my parents and my mother, a great book reader. She introduced me to foreign authors, English authors, at the age of 9, 10 years. So I loved books. I love books even now, and I love books. So when I went through a depression after my startup didn't work well, it was books that actually pulled me out of it. And after months into just reading books and transporting myself into a different world, I realized I want to write a book now. And that's how my authoring journey began. And then after my book started doing well, people started coming to me asking that, can you please teach us? And that's how, very organically my coaching journey began. So when I started writing, I never thought that I was going to teach this to someone. It was all for myself, that I wanted to help the way books helped me pull out from the struggle that I was going through inside. I wanted others, I wanted to help others too through my books. So that's how writing and coaching journey began, very organically through different struggles of life.
Oh, wow. I like the way that you talk about education as freedom, because what I'm finding now is it's almost like people are now going to undermining education, and I still think that it is a way out and it is freedom, because then you get to read and you get to be exposed to new information, which is freeing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the
So
thing
are you
is,
working with other young women, what's your population that you work with?
so I've helped over 4,000 people with their books, and a mix of men and women, and not just limited to India. We've worked with people from US, Singapore, Australia, Dubai. So yes, we have, authors joining in from different parts of the world and doing well, irrespective of their gender and genre. So yeah, I do help men and women and the other gender to write their books.
Oh, wow. I love that. What's the best part about, you helping other people write their books?
When that's a really, deep question for me, because, while I was reading books, suddenly I realized there's a part of author that stays with me even after I close the book. Okay. And some authors are not even alive today. And I realized that the authors are still alive through their book, and they are with me. So when I had that realization, I thought, even I want to do that. I want to live even after leaving. So when I help people with their books, I feel really good that they are going to stay here. They're going to help a lot of people with their book, be it entertaining them or influencing them or just informing them with their expertise. So for me, it's like a big purpose. That's my mission, that I want to help people create their own clones out here, helping a lot of people, even if they're not here. Okay. So that's my mission. That's my purpose, to help people with.
I love that, because then you are helping people to speak from beyond, to speak and influence even from beyond. When they're no longer here, they're still speaking, they're still influencing, and they're still changing lives.
Yes.
Wow. I really love that. So, what's, the one thing that you have done consistently as you help other authors write their books?
So consistently, see now, even book writing and author journey, and I'm a marathoner too, as if you see my journey since childhood till now, what has got me through is my consistency every single day. And with regards to helping authors with their book, I tell them the first thing that you need to do is give 1 hour every day to me, and I'll tell you what is to be done in that 1 hour. So when it comes to them, I help them with how to go about planning your book, because planning is more important than writing. It's like, going for war. When you're going for war, is just going to last for a few days. But before that, whatever preparation you do, the outcome of the war will depend on the preparation that you are doing. So, that's how I help them with every single day for preparing first, then going out and completing the book in 2 to 3 days, max 1 week, and then going ahead and doing the other part, the publishing part. So consistency matters a lot, be it your author career or any other thing that you're doing. Consistency will see you through every phase of life, every phase.
I love that. I was even writing down, what you were saying, because that's really, really key. So let's, roll back, just, getting to know you a little bit, better. What's the earliest memory of childhood that comes to mind if I were to ask you what's your earliest childhood memory?
So, many, but today when I see myself as an independent woman and why I wanted to become free, because I see that my father was really busy because I come from a business family. He was always so busy that when I had to get my cycle repaired, I tell him that my cycle has got punctured, bicycle. And he tells me that, go ahead and do it yourself. Don't expect me to come and help you. So that incident made me independent. So even if I was a girl, he never treated me like a girl. Even if I come from an Orthodox family, he always gave me that freedom to do everything by myself. That's just an example. Secondly, one more incident comes to my mind that I wanted to buy a book. And that was only available by correspondence. You remember how in magazines, there used to come ads of book and we had to cut out and send. Yes. So I tell him that.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
There was one of the magazines that my mother had got, and I look at that and I tell him that I want this book. And he tells me, go get it. So he tells me, okay, this is how you need to go. You need to go to a post office. He tells me, okay, this is where it is. I don't know. For the first time, I'll be going to that post office. And he tells me, this is the money. Cut it out. Go do the money order yourself. I would have been like 12-year-old that time. And I just did that all by myself, ordering books at that time through money order. And I feel that independence that I was looking for, he had already given me in childhood. But somewhere I was looking at things like, females are not allowed in my family. And I kept fighting for that freedom. But when you're asking me, I feel that these incidents actually played a very big role in, making me today. Books, ordering books, giving me that freedom to read a lot of books and giving me that independence that you should be doing it. Don't depend on others.
Sounds like this is a perfect time for for me to ask you, right? Because you are an independent woman and you're talking about freedom and you're talking about standing on your own and doing things on your own. There are still people that are still, going through the glass ceiling of feeling like as women, we don't have a chance, we don't have opportunities. What can you tell about, the opportunities and the doors that are open for women right now?
So I feel that today we are so privileged, we are in this internet world, tech world. I feel that we have the power, we have freedom in our mobiles today. Okay? You can become an author just by writing. I have people like my community members who've written books on mobile and getting published through mobile. So I feel that all you need is the intention first, and then you can upgrade yourself like this. You have every skill you want out there on internet. Okay, so I feel that the opportunities are there. All you need is that one single step. So should have a vision for yourself first thing, that, okay, I want this in next 5 years, make small plans. Okay, this year I'm going to do just this part of that big goal that I have. And in that 1 year, okay, for the next 6 months, I'm going to just focus on that small goal out of 1 year. And that today, what I'm going to focus on, just 30 minutes of you doing this every single day. And you tell me and Dr. STEM after a year where you are today. Okay, just by following this single thing.
You're right. Because many people, I think, look at a whole vision and look at the full scale vision and forgetting that it takes one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment and intention at a time to get there. So I love the fact that you say, you know what, you just have to have the intention. Then the internet.
You got it. Intention and plus internet is like a big.
And then your vision, when you have your vision, and then the ability to take one small step at a time, you will get there no matter what. There is no vision or dream that cannot be reached, if you are intentional and also doing your part every day and every moment. And you know what? We know and understand as coaches that it's not easy, because sometimes when we talk, I know many people say, Dr. STEM, you make it sound so easy. So that's the reason why Sweta is a coach, because then, you know what, she's there to make it easy for you to write and publish your book. So don't let it overwhelm you, because then what overwhelms you is what she has done for all these years, helping, the 4,000 plus people write their own books and be clear on what it is that they wanted to write. And that's, what she's saying to you, that she also can help you. So, Sweta, in the services that you do, I know, so you do book coaching. Are there any other services that you provide for the people?
So book coaching is either we have group coaching or one-on-one coaching. So I handle the books industry only. So that's my focus and my mission. Everything around books you can think of, be it writing, publishing, or marketing, be it group or one-on-one. So yeah.
Wow.
And be it, DIY, meaning you do it yourself, or we'll do it for you, ghostwriting, editing, and other stuff where I have a team who can handle it for you, do it for you.
Awesome. It's much needed, because like right now, I'm finding that we all now have a book in us, because the way that we handled these last 3 years and still now with the COVID, that's a book in itself, because then there are so many ways that people have been able to bounce back, right?
True. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, that says a book in everyone. So just for some fun, some fun questions. Are you married?
Yes.
So then you're like, fun questions. What's she gonna ask? Children?
I do have one daughter, 14-year-old.
You have a teenager.
So she's going to turn 14 in December.
You have a teenager. Is she like a mini me and like a mini you?
Mini you, yeah, mini me. Yes. Mini me.
She's like a mini you, right?
Yes. Me and my husband. She's a mix of both.
She's a mix of both. What do you see in her that is you, that you say, that is me?
So she also wants her freedom, and I see that it's there in her. She wants her space, which I see in myself and her, that she needs her space. So and she is passionate about her stuff. So I see that she's got that from me. That so if she is an illustrator, she's done graphic novels at the age of 12, and she's done webtoons, if you know webtoon cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
So she's done that as well, and she's very passionate about drawing and painting and doing it, digital art. So I think she has got that passion and that focus for her passion from me.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on you being an engineer and a marathon runner. Tell me about that.
So I tell you, education as my door to freedom, right? So, and becoming an independent woman, and back in 1980s, 90s, for us, for me, especially because I come from a business family, and if I have to become independent, I have to get a job. And in those days, we had only two streams, either engineering or a professional, software professional or a doctor. And I didn't want to be a doctor. So that's why I took engineering. And I spent like 12 years in the software industry, then had my own startup as well and that's how I figured out, went through agoraphobia, depression.
Yeah.
And that's when two things came out of it. Okay. Books came out of it, and my love for running came out of it, because I was on pills. And somewhere I got in touch with one of my mentors, Milind Soman, and his followers, and they told me, why don't you take running? And I started small runs, like 0.7 kilometers. And that would be a big challenge because of agoraphobia. I used to be like very afraid, scared of just stepping out of my house. So slowly in a year, I realized that I don't need those pills, and I got hooked to running. So running actually helped me come out of it. From like physical health became better, so mental health also became better, and books also actually helped. So both things helped me come out of that phase. And when you're running, you're in that meditative space. You feel like, that you can win the world. And that's how I started getting a lot of writing ideas when I was reading books and then running. Then it's all organically happened that, I want to write a book now. So that's how author came in.
Oh, so the first book, what was the title of your first book?
First book is A Kiss of True Love, which is a romance novella. Okay. So first 4 books are mystery romance. Then next is 3 children books, books for children on kindness, thriller, horror, and one, collection of stories. The 3 books are written by my students. So I had started coaching kids on how to write, how to write stories. And then so you can see my journey from my books as well. Okay. So initially it was fiction, then to children, and then I realized I had healed, and I then got to nonfiction. Now 4 nonfiction books, and now I think I would be going ahead with more nonfiction. So I've done fiction, nonfiction, and kids, that kind of books.
Oh, okay. And I noticed that you also were awarded was it for one of your books?
So no, it was a best speaker, so best coach, best author, and best speaker. Okay. So collective as my journey, as 3 of them.
Wow, you're getting all award winning. So have you done a TED talk? Because that's the only thing that I haven't seen yet.
That's scheduled. So before our bounce back, I'm scheduled. I cannot tell you the name because still that agreement tells I cannot reveal the name. But yes, it's scheduled on 11th of December. So yes, I'll be a TEDx speaker as well.
So you will be a TEDx speaker on the. Don't forget to email us and let us know once it's done, so we can put it on your bio, because we're going to be reading your bio. So
definitely.
Make sure that you send that to us as well. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, because as I'm looking at all of this, I'm like, oh, okay. The only thing I think is a TEDx speaker. That's all that's missing in that bio.
You caught me there.
All right. So one of the things that I usually ask many people is, do you have any fears? And if, or did you have any fears that you have overcome? Because many women will be watching this. And for many, I want it to be an empowerment, inspiration, that when they hear your story, they understand that if she could do it, I can as well. So share with us, on fear.
So I had several fears, like right from my childhood. Now, I came from a closed family. I had that fear that I shouldn't be in a situation where my mother is, or the other females in the house, that I don't want to be restricted to just housework. So from there, so that fear actually fueled my passion for education, because then I wanted to get out. So be so good in studies that no one can deny education to you. So that fear actually helped me there. Then as I went out for studies, I had the fear because that who is going to protect me, because I had to travel late night. from my place to my native place. So I used to be always scared there that, something should not happen to me. So I see that agoraphobia would have been right from that time. It didn't happen all of a sudden. So these fears actually were there. Then when I got married and I had my kid, I was always afraid about my kid. Then in job, I didn't want to lose the job. Fear of that, what happens if I leave? The bank balance, how it's going to be there, So that fear was always there. And today also, we always have fears. Like, if it's okay, I'll share an incident here. So I was running a marathon. That was a half marathon. And I come to a point where I see a lot of men peeing openly in the Arabian Sea. So I stay in Mumbai. And I saw that and I was like aghast, surprised, shocked that how can this happen in Mumbai, and all these well educated, because that's like one of the most prestigious events of India, Tara Mumbai Marathon. And this happened. And people told me that ignore it. Okay. I was dead scared that if I raise my voice against this, what is going to happen? What will people think about me and all that? But I also realized that the pain of not doing anything about it was more than that fear. And I suddenly realized that if I don't take ownership of that problem, I will always be in that guilt that I didn't take any action. And then I filed a petition, and I filed the petition to the event organizer that he has to organize toilets for men there, men and women, but women were not peeing openly. It was only men. So I realized that through my journey, it was always why I worked, because the pain of not doing anything was more than the fear of being in there. So even agoraphobia, I would have been there in that position, but I took a decision that no more for me, that pain, that fear, no more for me, no more. And I said, okay, let me just take one step at a time. So again, a mantra that has been even for a full marathon, it's not easy. I train for it only by saying one step at a time. Just let me step out of the house. 0.7 kilometers was difficult for me. I said, let me just step out. What worse can happen? I'll just return back home. Okay. So for all those people out there, I understand, because I have gone through fear every single day and I still go through it. But all I tell myself is just one step at a time. What worse can happen? I'll fail. That's okay. That's okay. That's how my coaching journey began. That's how my author journey began. What worse can happen? People will not love my book. That's okay. But at least I know that I tried. So go out there, seize your fear. Make your pain bigger than the fear of whatever fear you have.
I always also remind people that everything that you ever wanted is beyond your fears. So once you just, tread on and go beyond those fears, there's so much joy, there's so much freedom, there's so much finances that come with that as well, wealth that comes with that as well, wealth as in spiritual health, physical health, monetary wealth beyond your fears. So thank you for that. So having gone through everything that you've gone through and doing what you do today, what do you worry less about now that you used to worry about before?
Oh, okay. So I used to worry about my safety. I used to worry about my daughter's safety. I used to worry about money. I used to worry about that if I go out, something is going to happen, because that phobia was there. Now I don't. Okay. All I tell is, everything is taken care of. So I don't have to worry. He's there to support me. So a lot of things I worried that time, that I will not get freedom and all that. Now, no, I don't worry now.
That inner voice of yours.
Pardon?
Your inner voice.
That's my inner voice. Yes.
Is it a friend or foe to you, your inner voice? Is it a friend of yours? What your inner voice? You know how we all have an inner voice, and some people, their inner voice is not a friend at all, because it's always reminding you of the things that are hard and everything. What about your inner voice? Is it a friend? Is it friendly?
So I have both. I have both, friend and foe. And I just tell myself one step at a time. Yeah, so it really helps me manage my faux part, and the friend then just takes over. What worse can happen? Let's do it. In just one step. That's it. That's it.
What should you stop giving yourself a hard time about?
I didn't get your question.
What's the one thing that you have to stop giving yourself a hard time? You know how sometimes we are our worst critic, and you know, we put ourselves down even more than anybody else. What's that one thing that you think you need to stop giving yourself a hard time?
So that's like a self-realization just few weeks back, because I had gone to one of the training programs and I realized a lot of people told me that you're too hard on yourself, where through every assignment, even if I was doing really good, even the trainers were telling me that you're really good, and I was like, no, I need improvement. So I realized that I really don't appreciate myself enough. I have to accept that I'm really good, and stop beating myself that, no, you have to be better. You have to be better. It's like me becoming my mother that, you can be better. So I do have to improve there.
And with that question, right, as I was asking you, I know for many people, right, especially in this media, world that we are in now, many people will say, well, you know what, I don't want to be live on TV or on social media, even on this show. I have people that come in and they're so scared to be on the show. And I say, you know what, it's by showing up, and just doing it anyway that you get to be comfortable. I wasn't always comfortable being, on camera and doing this, but the more I showed up and the more that I meet amazing people from around the world, I look forward to it. And I don't care whether it comes out good or bad, because it's good. Just because of the information, that we get to share, and also the opportunity that I have, to bring people from around the world to share their win-wins, their fears, their victories, and how they can help each other and help other people. So, with that, I just want to add on to say, if you're one of those people that have this fear that, I don't know if I can even show up like they are, I want to invite you to be a guest on the DrSTem show, because then you can, be on TV, and this will be your first experience with us. We would love that. We would love that. In your story, can you visualize, the successes that you have had or made from, the time that you decided, you know what, I want to be better, and I want to have a voice, and I want to be, able to stand on my own. What are some of the successes that you can think of, on the whim of the successes that you've had?
Okay, so right from my childhood, been very good in studies, and in 10th standard, I was one of the merit students. In 12th standard, I scored 100% in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Okay. So I got scholarship. So I told you I come from a humble background as well. And because I got scholarship, there was no reason that I wouldn't get higher education. So I got scholarship. I was really happy that my parents would be easy now. It would be easy for them. And then after engineering, I had not just one job, multiple jobs, like multiple companies were ready to take me. And after that, also, I've been employed with the best of the world. And I'm really proud of this entire journey. And my startup didn't work. I am happy about it. That time I was really, pathetic. I went into depression. Today I laugh about it, that, good that it, that happened, because then I realized what I was missing in my life. So even if it was really good, I didn't have a mentor that time. So lot of achievements, great teachers, but when I failed, I didn't have a single mentor. And I realized that I failed that time, even if being the best in the industry, we failed because we didn't have a guide, a mentor who had the foresight, who had the expertise, who had the experience. We wouldn't have spent so much, all the savings burned into the startup. And that was a big learning. So I say that with pride that good we failed, because that was one of the biggest learnings of life, that you need a mentor. And there also one book played a really important role for me, Autobiography of a Yogi. Okay. So that book I read there, that book actually, it was like a self-realization. Oh, I don't have a mentor. And suddenly I realized that that is the reason we didn't, me and my husband had this startup together. And that is the reason we were not able to make it. So even if failures, good. And then when I did my first full marathon, that was a big moment for me. By 26 kilometer, 27 kilometer, I was dead. Like, I was exhausted. And I called my husband that I need you, please come. Otherwise, I won't be able to do 42. So he said that, okay, I'll meet you at 30 kilometer mark, because it was like all cordoned off, and he had managed to walk by 30 kilometers at 30 kilometer mark by parking his car. So I was like, okay, I have to still go for 4 kilometers. And even if I decide to just stop here, but I cannot go anywhere, because I'll have to walk 4 kilometers to get to the car. So I was like, okay, chalo, I'll meet him at 30. When I met him, I saw that smile on his face, and he gave me oranges and salt. And then I ran non-stop for 12 kilometers. So while I was exhausted at 26 kilometers, and at 30, when I saw him, his support, and then he ran with me for 12 kilometers, encouraging me, motivating me, I could do 42. And after that also, once after taking the medal, I was like, I don't want to go home. I want to celebrate. We walked another 4 kilometers around to find a good place to eat. So I was like really, euphoric. I had a good time. So that is also one of the achievement that I can never forget. And that also tells me that I can do anything in this world. Okay, so yeah.
Wow. Thank you for that. I wanted that question because many a time with women, we don't take enough time, I think, to really acknowledge and look back at our successes, because we always go, 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 go. So to do that is really great, because that also tells me your philosophy, of the work that you do. As you described that marathon race, it's almost like you're also describing, everybody out there that has a book in them, a story in them, a life in them. And they're at a point where, nothing is working. I've tried everything in my life and things seems to be shattering down. Guess what? Even when everything shatters, maybe that's the time that you need that water, you need that salt, and you need that cheering on, right? So they contact you and they say, I don't even know why I'm contacting you and wanting to write a book, because my life is shattered right now. I've got nothing. And here you are, you take them from that, moment of the life being shattered and put it together where they can run the next phase of their life. And now I have this book come out. Now you tell a story, and now you get to help other people. That's how coaching starts. That's how businesses are started, when we are down and out and we feel helpless and hopeless. So that's what I got from that story. So I hope that somebody will be listening and saying, you mean even when I'm down, I can literally get back up, through a book? Yes, you can.
Wow, that was very nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Because many a time, when we are down, we think, what? I mean, what else can I do? And that's when you see people falling into depression, anxiety, and just hopelessness and helplessness. And I have learned, even through my own life, and challenges, that I learned that it was when I was down and out and thought that nothing was working. That's when, the path started to get clear. That's when things started to get clearer, only because I just lifted my head up just a little bit to see what else I can do. And as I'm looking left and right, tears in the eyes and everything, and saying, I don't know anymore, what to do, is when now I started getting the mentors and started getting, people that helped me out and started, helping me walk again, one step at a time, one moment at a time. But you'll find that I wrote over 40 books. And people say, how did you write that? It was because I was in the darkness and I didn't know how to come into the light. And hence the book this year, Let Your Light Shine, because I'm finally also allowing myself to let my light shine
and come out of the darkness. So I love the work that you do, because I do know with experience that books can let you out of your darkness into the light.
Wow.
So I know I can talk, right? We are motivational speakers. You know how we can talk, right?
Yes.
So you are a motivational speaker as well, and that's why we're getting you. What are
Yeah.
some of the topics that you talk about mostly on some of the platforms?
So one is how to turn your mess into message. Next is what is difference? What is common between entrepreneurship and change making? How the next one of the topics is how 30 minutes can change your life. Okay. Doing what? So how I changed my life, and how if you follow those 30 minutes ritual, things can change. So that's one of the other topics. I'm also change maker. So, how you can change your life, things like that.
Yeah, so and I asked her that because then many of you will hear her story, and talking to us on December 17th when we have the Bounce Back conference, and this is December 17th, 2022, because I know this show will be there forever, and people might say, well, is she there now? She is the speaker for Bounce Back Empowerment Conference, which is our third one on December 17, 2022. And let me let you in on a secret. One of the things that Bounce Back Empowerment Conference is doing is we are going international, and we will be in India. Just in case you watch this here, we will be planning to come to India. So get ready to see Sweta Samota in person when she speaks to us in India when we come to India. So Bounce Back Empowerment Conference will be going international because we believe in the power of women being in one room, inspiring, encouraging, and empowering each other. We do need that encouragement, but it's our time. So as our time, it's high time that we come together and help each other win, because we all can win as women. As we end the show, I wish I could have this discussion with you, for a long time, but you did address the marathon, which I wanted to hear about, and the engineering. Any words of parting that you would like our audience to know about you, and also where they can find you?
Okay, so a lot of things we've covered today, and I believe that there is a message in you. Okay, you want to give this message to the world to inspire them. You've been through a journey and you've been through a lot of struggles. Why not write a book that can help others who are going through similar struggles? Your story is going to inspire you that, okay, this is not the end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So go ahead, write that book. It's not only going to empower you as a person, but also going to change the world through your message. And, Dr. STEM is going to share a link. You can contact me, or you can just Google me and you'll get the details.
Yes. At the end of the show, and as you post the shows wherever you're going to be hearing the podcast or watching the video on our YouTube channel, you'll get, her email and her website, as well. So in the words of Sweta Samota, let me end this show by reminding you of some of the power words that she said. She said, fear fuels passion. Education is the door to freedom. And your outcome will depend on your preparation. And in turn, she said, consistency is what will bring you the success that you seek. I will see you, in fact, we will see you at the Bounce Back Empowerment Conference 2022 on December 17th. I can't wait, and come and hear Sweta Samota. She will be one of our guest speakers. And as I always say, this is Dr. STEM. Be encouraged.